children, today we are going to start a chemical kinetics part 5. In this chapter we are going to start some problems based on the first order reaction, pseudo first order reaction, problems on pseudo first order reaction. Pseudo first order reaction. Fourth one is temperature dependence on rate of the reaction. Factors affecting in the first class, I told you about factors affecting rate of the reaction. Now we are going to study detail about temperature dependence on rate of the reaction. Temperature dependence on rate of the reaction. These four topics. Who's coming? Okay, declare. Okay, today we are going to start these four topics. Problems based on the first order reaction, pseudo first order reaction, problem on the first order reaction, pseudo temperature dependence of rate of the reaction. These are the four important topics. For last class I have explained first order reaction. The derivation for first order reaction, 2-3 problems solved based on the first order reaction. We are going to continue some 2 to 3 problems based on the first order reaction. Okay. Question number 1. Today's first question. A first order reaction is found to have a rate equation, to have a rate constant of k is equal to 5.5 into 10 to the power minus 14 seconds inverse. Find the half-life period. This is the question given. Okay. So a first order rate equation is found to have a rate constant k is equal to this. Find the half of the reaction. K is equal to 0.693 by T half. This is the half-life period, rate of the reaction for half-life period of first order reaction. Now here K is given. K is equal to 5.5 into 10 to the power minus 14 second inverse. We have to find the half-life period only. So we have to alter the equation. 0.693 by 5.5 into 10 to the power minus 14 second inverse. On simplifying these two, you will get the answer of 1.26 into 10 to the power 13 seconds. Because the power goes upstairs, 0.693 by 5.5 into 10 to the power 14, minus 14 become plus 14 second, inverse second. So it becomes 6.93 into 10 to the power 13 by 5.5. It will equal to 1.26 into 10 to the power 13 second. This is the answer for the first problem. This type of problem based on half-life period. Half-life period yesterday class I have completed. So based on that half-life period of first order reaction, I have solved this one. The first order reaction is found to have a rate constant k is equal to 5.5 into 10 to the power minus 14 second inverse. Find the half-life period. This is a question they may ask. So we have to write the rate equation, half-life period. K is equal to this already derived in the previous class. So we have to write the formula, correct formula. K value given in the question. Substitute in the equation, rearrange the equation, substitute the value. The answer is this. How you get the answer? Just simplifying the values, you get the answers. Next, I move to the next question. Any doubt in this question? Very simple. Just to write the formula, substitute the value, simplify, you get the answer. Okay. Next, second question. so that in a first order reaction, time required for completing 99.9% is 10 times the half-life of the reaction. 10 times the half-life of the reaction. This is the question. T half. Question is this: so that in a first order reaction, time required for completion is of 99.9% is 10 times the half-life of the question is 99.9% completion is equal to 10 into T half. This is the question. This only we have to solve in this question. What are the things given? So that the time required for already one problem completed like this. So I have to complete again. R0 initial concentration R0 equal to 100. R is equal to 100 minus 99.9 is equal to 0.1. This is R value. Particular concentration at time interval T. Concentration. Okay, now we have to write the formula. K is equal to first order rate equation. Rate constant for first order rate equation. 2.30 by T log 100 by 0.1. Formula is R by R0. 2.30 by K log R0 by R. So this is the formula. So R0 is 100, R is equal to 0.1. Now we have to solve the problem. Okay, it's given 2.30 by T log 100 by 0.1 is equal to log 10 to the power 3. Because 100 is equal to 10 to the power 2, 0.1 is equal to 10 to the power 1 minus 1. It goes to numerator 100 na 10 to the power 2, 10 to the power minus 1, therefore 10 to the power 3. It goes to numerator. So this is the thing. Is equal to next 2.303 by T 3 log 10, because log a power x equal to x log a. Already I have explained the logarithmic formula. It is present in the textbook. 2.30 by T into 3, because log 10 equal to 1. So already we completed in the first problem same type of problem. Now T half is equal to T half of the first order rate equation is equal to 0.693 by K. This is the thing we written. So here we have to multiply. What is the value? We will get 6.93 by T. K is equal to, here K is equal to T half. So okay, okay. We have adjust the equation. For our convenience, we have to adjust the equation, just to change it. After this, T is equal to 6.93 by K. This is first equation. Second, half-life of first order rate equation equal to K is equal to 0.693 by T half. T T half is equal to 0.693 by K. Okay, this is equation number 2. Let us see first. R0 equal to 100, R is equal to 100 minus initial concentration minus change in concentration. So this much, that means 99% product formed, remaining reactant is 0.1 at a time interval T. Okay, that's the thing. K is equal to this rate order equation. K is equal to 2.30 by T log 100 by 0.1, you get 10 to the power 3. After that, simplifying 2.30 T by 3 into log 10. 2.30 by T into 3. This multiply, you will get 6.93 by T. We can adjust the equation. T is equal to 6.93 by K. Half life, we know that half life period of the first order rate equation, K is equal to 0.693 by T half. T half is equal to 0.693 by 2. Now we have to solve the problem. Divide equation 1 by 2. This is nothing but T99.9. T99.9 divided by T half is equal to 6.93 by K into K by 0.693. Cancel each other. 6.93 by 0.693 is equal to 10 times. So T99.9 is equal to 10 into T half. LHS equal to RHS. Hence proved. So first I have to find the first order rate equation for T99% completion work. T half of the reaction we already derived in the previous class. D half equal to 0.693 by K. So comparing these two equations, we will get 10 times. Okay, then we simplify is get the answer of 10. So this is the question they asked. Now we have to prove. Second sum is over. Copy this one. Rub this one. So first in this reaction, first R0 100, R1 is equal to 90, 0.1, then T is equal to 2.303 by K, log 100 by 0.1. Next step is log 100 means 10 to the power 2, 0.1 means 10 to the power minus 1, 0.1 present in the denominator, it goes to numerator, it becomes 10 to the power 1, therefore 10 to the power 3. So 10 to the power log 10 to the power 3 means 3 log 10 by the logarithmic equation. Log a power x equal to x log a. So it is 3 into 10 to the power 10. Log 10 equal to 1. 3 into 1 equal to 3. Then 2.303 by K into this value, you get 6.93. This is the value. Second one is half life period. We know that T half is equal to 0.693 by K. So I am dividing these two equations, we will get 10 times. Okay, next question. Pseudo first order reaction. What is pseudo first order reaction? Sometimes the order of the reaction, changed due to some reasons. So let us take a chemical reaction between two substances. One have present in large excess, other present in lowest constant. The reaction taking initially, the reaction start at the time interval T0 and the reaction completes at the time of T. Now we have to write. Let us take a reaction between methyl acetate CH3 COO C2H5. Ethyl acetate C2H5 COO CH3. Ethyl acetate plus water gives C2H5 plus OH plus it is converted as H plus OH minus. This H is going here, H is reacting here. See, so you will get CH3 COOH, and the OH is reacting here, so you will get C2H5OH. Time interval 0, concentration, the concentration here 0.1 moles, here 10 moles. We are taking water is 10 moles and ethyl acetate is 0.01 moles. These compounds initially not formed, products are not formed, so their concentration is 0. Time interval T is equal to T1. In this stage the concentration becomes 0. This concentration is 9.9 moles. 0.01 moles formed product. 0.01 moles formed as product. So this is the chemical reaction. From this chemical reaction, while looking these two, what is order? The sum of the powers of the concentration terms raised to the rate law, rate equation, rate expression. Here 0.1 mole is of the reactant and 0.1 mole of water, both are converted into product as 0.1 mole of ethanol and 0.1 mole of acetic acid, vinegar. But when compared with this, 10 is approximately equal to 9.9. There is no significant, let us take this is as Y and this is as X. Okay, significant concentration change. There is no significant concentration change in water molecule, water. Okay, so X, the concentration of X is very less compared to Y. Sorry, concentration of Y, which is X, this one is X. X value is very less when compared to Y. That is it is negligible, because 10 and 9.9 are similar. Okay, so after the reaction also, initially the reaction takes like this. At a particular time interval, ethyl acetate ester consumes fully the concentration into product. Water, the same amount of water is converted into product. After the reaction, the volume 10 moles, 9.9 moles of water have no change. But water is involved in the reaction, so it is a second order reaction. After the involvement, there is no change in concentration, so it is a first order reaction. Pseudo means false. Pseudo means false. False first order. See, actually it is a second order reaction, but the concentration of water lacking will not affect the total concentration. 10 moles, when loss of 0.01 moles in 10 moles, it will not affect anything in the water molecule. Therefore, even though it involved in the product formation, it is not considered as the order. So it is the rate of the reaction only depend upon the concentration of ethyl acetate only, because it fully consumed. But in water it consumed, but it is when compared to its total moles, it is very less. That's the thing we have to remember. So this is called pseudo first order reaction. So rate constant, rate is equal to, for this reaction, rate is equal to K prime CH3 COO C2H5, concentration of the reactant. We know the rate law, into H2O, molar concentration of water. But we know that concentration of water K is equal to the K prime H2O. Why? Because K is a rate, K prime is a rate constant. Water also considered as constant, because the difference 10 and 9.9 are merely equal. Before and after the reaction, water will not consume. They consume 0.01 is not a big change. So before and after the reaction, there is no concentration change in water, so it is considered as constant. Even though it is involved in the reaction, it is considered as constant. That's why it is a pseudo first order reaction. K is equal to K prime H2O, right? Then we have to adjust the equation. Rate is equal to K into CH3COO C2H5. This is the rate equation for the ethyl acetate. CH3 rate equation for the pseudo first order reaction means false first order reaction. When you are looking the reaction, both are consumed, but there is no significant change in the concentration of water. Therefore, water considered as a constant. That's why it is a pseudo first order reaction. Pseudo means first order. Merely looking the equation, it is looking the second order equation. But under we have to concentrate the reaction. There is no significant change in the concentration change of the water molecule. So it is considered as constant. That's why only the rate of the reaction depend on the concentration of one of the reactant. So it is a first order reaction. Example of first order reaction. Let us see some examples. Example, inversion of can sugar is an example of pseudo first order reaction. C12H22 O11 plus H2O in presence of acidic medium, it will form C6H12O6 plus C6H12O6. Glucose, fructose. This is can sugar. Here also the concentration of water is excess concentration taken, and the concentration of this will be very low. So it will take its own concentration to form the product. In this reaction, rate is equal to K prime C12H22O11 into H2O molar concentration. Water concentration of water is equal to constant, so we can write it as rate is equal to K, where K is equal to K prime H2O. Substitute here, rate is equal to K into C12H22O11. This is constant, this also constant, so we have not considered for the calculation purpose. Here this is the pseudo first order rate equation of this can sugar equation. Okay, now we have to solve one problem related to pseudo first order reaction. This is a book exercise question. Sorry, book example question. Hydrolysis of methyl acetate. Hydrolysis of methyl acetate in aqueous solution of has been studied. Aqueous solution has been studied by titrating the liberated acetic acid and against sodium hydroxide. The concentration of ester are at different time intervals. T unit inverse versus concentration mole liter inverse. Zero time 30, 60, 90. 0 time 0. Initial concentration is 0.855 moles. 0.800 moles for 0.7538 moles, 0.7096 moles. So it is a pseudo first order reaction, pseudo first order reaction, pseudo first order reaction, and the concentration of water remains constant. Water concentration of water is constant because it is a pseudo first order reaction, which is equal to 55 mole per liter, mole per liter. This we already derived in the solution lesson. Concentration of water is equal to given mass by molar mass. Molar mass. What is given water? Water is always in molarity term. Water will dissolve in 1 liter. So 1000 by 18 is equal to 55. In this way we get that 55 mole per liter. Given mass by molar mass. Yes, 1 liter. Given mass we will take 1 liter of water because molarity, molar mass of water is 18. So in this way we will get 55 moles per liter. Calculate the K prime value. Calculate K prime value. This is the question given. Dear children, listen carefully. Hydrolysis of methyl acetate. What is methyl acetate? CH3, COO, CH3. Methyl acetate plus water. It gives acetic acid plus methanol. Like the last reaction we got H plus OH minus. H plus goes to react with here and OH here. So this is the equation. The liberator acetic acid react with sodium hydroxide. What is the next question? The liberator acetic acid, so vinegar, acetic acid against sodium hydroxide. Acetic acid based titration. Use what is the product? Sodium acetate. Sodium acetate plus water molecule. This is the product. The question. This is the question given. In the ester reaction, this reaction taking place at different time interval and concentration. Time is 0, 30, 60, 90. Initial time 0. This is taken as C0. Concentration C0, C1, C2, C3. C0 means initial concentration. Initial concentration. C1, concentration of time T. So we have to calculate K is equal to, because it's a pseudo first order reaction, so we use the first order integration 2.30 by T log C0 by C. R0 by R, same thing. Okay, in this case we substitute 2.30 by 3. Initial, the 0 will not come, so we start from these 3 equations only. 30 log, what is C0? Initial concentration C0 is equal to 0.8500 and 8500 divided by the next one 0.8004. Okay, it gives 0.2004 into 2.004 into 10 to the power minus 3 mole per liter, mole per second inverse, because it is a rate constant K, second inverse. So when simplifying all these things, you will get the value of 2.00. First you have to simplify log values. Textbook example problem. Okay, this is K value is like next one for K1. This is K1. K2 is equal to 2.303 by 60 log second value. What is the second value given in the question? 0.8500 by 0.7538. It will give the answer of 2.002 into 10 to the power minus 3 second inverse. And the K3 is equal to 2.30 by 3, 90 log 0.855 by 0.7096 is equal to 2.005 into 10 to the power minus 3 second inverse. Now we have to calculate the k value. Now we have to calculate the k prime value. K is equal to rate is equal to k prime into CH3 COO CH3 H2O, right? In this equation this k prime k is equal to k prime into H2O. So k prime is equal to into what is H2O, 55 moles per liter inverse. This is given, okay. Then CH3 COO CH3, that mole also given. K prime this k prime H2O is equal to concentration of methyl acetate, right? What is the concentration obtained for first one? 2.4 into 10 to the power minus 3 second inverse. K prime 55 moles liter inverse. So K prime is equal to 2.300 into 10 to the power minus 4 second inverse by 55. So answer is 3.6 3.64 into 10 to the power minus 5 mole liter second inverse. Okay, mole inverse liter second inverse. Because this mole liter inverse, it goes to numerator, it become mole inverse liter second inverse. Now we have to tell how to get this value. 0.024 by 3.64 55 equal to 3 times you will get 18. How many points? 0 point means 20, again 0, 200, 183 times 180 something, 180 plus 18, 198. 55 means 3 times 55 into 3
65.
165. 5 3
3.
4. Okay, 6 times 60, 30, again 33. Okay, 3 4 0. 4 times
20.
so 20 is remaining. So in this way we will get that is equal to 3.64 into 10 to the power minus 2. Already here 10 to the power minus 3 is there, therefore 10 to the power minus 5. You will get the answer at 3.64 into 10 to the power minus 2 into 10 to the power minus 3 already is having. So 3.64 into 10 to the power minus 5. This we have calculator. Okay. In this way the problem is completed. Any doubt in this problem? You have to do by yourself. For these things you just take log. The log terms are given in the question itself. Log terms are given in the questions itself. Okay. I am going to solve the one term here. How to find this one? This one only. Log Okay, this is simple only. You have to solve by yourself. Take log value for this and log value for this, minus these things, multiply with this one, divide this one, you will get this value. Do by yourself, you will get these values only. Next problem. Rate constant equal to K is equal to this fourth problem. K is equal to 1.15 into 10 to the power minus 3 second inverse. Okay, R0 initial concentration is equal to 5 grams per mole. R is equal to 3 gram after some time. Some of the reactant is converted into product, remaining would be, that means 2 gram is converted into product, 3 gram is remaining. Rate constant is given. Find the, what they asked, find time taken. We have to solve the time taken, how much takes. K is equal to, you have to use the formula. K is equal to 2.30 by T log R0 by R. Same formula here. T only we want. So 2.30 by K log R0 by R. 2.303 by 1.15 into 10 to the power minus 3 log 5 by log 3. Here in the question, log 5 is equal to 0. Log 5 is equal to 0.6990 given. Log 3 is equal to 0.4771. This is given in the question itself. So we have to substitute here. 2.30 T is equal to by 1.15 into 10 to the power minus 3 log 5 minus log 3 is equal to 2.30 by 1.15 into 10 to the power minus 3 into 0.6990 minus 0.4771. Okay, 2.30 by 1.15 into 10 to the power minus 3, 0.6990 minus 0.4771 equal to 91110. Two. Yeah. Correct. Yes, 9. 0. Into 0.2119. Right? You have to multiply these two and divide this one. into 0.2119 divided by 1.15 into 10 to the power minus 3. So it becomes go upstairs. 2.30 into 10 to the power 3 by 1.15 into 0.2119 equal to 10 to the power means 1000.
Yes,
0.112. 9 becomes 8, 10 becomes 9, 8, 1.
9.
Oh, right. Sorry. Correct. Now it's correct. Okay, now it is 2. Here also 2. 2.303 into 1000 means 2303 by 1.15 into 0.2219. So you have to multiply again. What is the product coming for this? 2303 into 0.2219. Simplify this one. Answer would be 404 second inverse time. You have to multiply these two things. It will give for this part I will 2.303 into 0.2219. 9 3s are 18, 9 3s are 18, sorry, 9 3s are 27, 2, 27, 7, 2, 18, 20, 1, 3, 0, 3, 2, 3, 0, 3, so 0, 0, 0, 0, 7, again,
Yes, 2 into 2. Second and third
yes,
lines.
yes. 9 again 2, 3, 0, 3, 2, and 0. Next one is 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Count over 7, 9, 10, 7, 7, 6, sorry, 5, 2, 0, right? Setting.
Into 2. This into 2. It's not correct.
Correct.
Into 2. This is into 1, okay? So into 2.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. Sorry.
4, 6.
This is one, right. 2,
6.
6,
Yeah.
0, 6, 4, right? Again,
Same. 6.
0, 6, 4, 0, 0, 0, 0. Okay. 7, 5, 13, 10, 16, 5, 5 plus 6, 11, 11, 5, 0. So this is like this, but not 2.3, 2330. So it will be 511.6357 because into 10 to the power 3. So 2.3 will put like that. You will get this value. Okay, divided by 1.15, which is equal to 444. Now it is correct. Okay. So I will move to the next problem. These log values given in the question, don't worry, apply the formula, substitute the log values, minus the log value and get this value, simplify it. After minusing the log value, this one, then 10 to the power minus 3 goes upstairs, 10 to the power plus 3, 2300 something, but I do only by 2.3 into 0 point something, I'll get this value into 10 to the power 3 is equal to 511 something. Into divided by 1.15, I got 4444. That's the answer. Next question. Next problem. What's the time? How many minutes, sir?
43.
Huh?
43.
43. Okay. No problem. 1 hour means no problem. Time required to decompose SO2Cl2 to half of its initial amount is 60 minutes. 60 T half is equal to 60 minutes. If the decomposition is first order, first order reaction. Calculate the rate constant of the reaction. This is a question. From this K is equal to, it's a half-life period, no? So we use the formula 0.693 by 60. T half is equal to 60. Question is given half of the initial amount. Their time required by thionyl chloride, half of its initial amount means T50. T50 is equal to 60 or T gap is equal to 60. Okay, same thing. What they was if the decomposition first order, then K is equal to the value 1.155 into 10 to the power minus 2 minute inverse. This is the answer for this question. Okay, now we are go to start the temperature dependence of rate of the reaction. Temperature dependence of rate of the reaction. Temperature increases, rate of the reaction increases. For example, if the time required for the decomposition of nitrogen pentoxide is 12 minutes in 50 degrees Celsius, 10 hours, 5 hours in 25 degrees Celsius, and 10 days for 0 degrees Celsius, which tells about how temperature is directly linked to the rate of the reaction. If the potassium permanganate decolorize faster in hot water than the cold water. Let us see one example. Ludwig, the scientist J.H. Van Hoff and Arrhenius find out the relation between temperature and the rate constant with one equation. K is equal to A e power minus E by RT. A is free exponential factor. R is gas constant. Universal gas constant. T is absolute temperature. K is rate constant. EA is activation energy. I will tell you. In this paragraph, we will tell about all these things as activation energy, threshold energy. These are the relation between the rate of the reaction and temperature. Okay, if the rate increases, temperature also increases. Okay, this was given by Arrhenius and J.S. Van Hoff. Now we are going to start one reaction which tells about the mechanism of temperature dependent of rate constant. It will give intermediate state activator complex or intermediate complex. It will give 2 HI. That is HI plus HI. Equation is HI, 2 HI gives HI plus HI. So a decomposition of this reaction now. H2 plus I2, sorry, equation is wrong. H2 plus I2 gives 2 HI. This is the equation. Okay, this is the equation. Arrhenius said that when a chemical reaction takes place, means one molecule of hydrogen and one molecule of iodine undergoes unstable intermediate complex. They form, if a chemical reaction takes place, means one molecule of, in this reaction, one molecule of hydrogen and one molecule of iodine form an intermediate complex. That is short time period. After that, they will break down into product. This will break down and goes here. This will go like that. It will be formed product H2I2. Like this here also HI. Sorry, the reaction is HI. This here breaking takes place. Breaking takes place. HI. Here also HI. Right? Now, the energy required to form the activated complex or intermediate state is called activation energy. What is activation energy? Energy required to form this complex is called activation energy. This was explained by plotting one graph. The plotting graph of potential energy versus reactant coordinate gives the activation energy, tells about the activation energy. This is potential energy P versus the reaction coordinate. X-axis, this y-axis. Suppose a reactant taking like this, H2 plus I2 gives 2 HI. This is reactant, this is product. From this to this one is called VA, and this is called delta H. enthalpy change, enthalpy change. This full energy is called as threshold energy. Threshold energy. What is threshold energy? Threshold energy TE is equal to ER plus EA. Energy of the reactant ER is equal to energy of the reactant plus the activation energy, that is called threshold energy. Threshold energy is the minimum energy required to start the process, is called start the reaction, is called threshold energy. Activation energy means energy required to reach the intermediate complex. Here H I, this is called a transition state or intermediate state. Here intermediate state is formed. This graph explains the reactant reaches the reaction tend to reach the transition state. Afterwards only it forms product. After forming, during the formation of product, the complex will release some energy, is called as its enthalpy. That is the delta H equal to minus EA. Activation energy negative means exothermic reaction. Exothermic reaction. Some reactions are there. Potential energy versus reaction coordinate. The starts from here. Okay, this is activation energy EA, and this is threshold energy, and the product reactant transition state. This is called the difference. Delta H equal to the difference between this and this is called is endothermic reaction. Heat absorbed. Delta H is equal to positive, means endothermic reaction. Endothermic reaction. So the reaction should be endothermic, means the energy present in the initial stage is less during the formation the product. This is delta H is equal to positive. Heat is absorbed from the surrounding means endothermic. Heat given to the surrounding means exothermic. Okay. I explain what is threshold frequency, threshold energy, for potential energy. Next one is fraction of molecule versus kinetic energy. Fraction of molecule versus kinetic energy. The graph is going like this. This is most probable kinetic energy, most probable fraction of molecule, most probable state. See, according to Arrhenius, in a chemical reaction, all the molecule will not have same kinetic energy, since it is very difficult to predict. See, don't take. If I am heating molecules, if I am heating the container, not all the molecules receive the same type of energy. Some will the top receive less amount of energy only. So the effective collision between the molecules effective means product formed. That is A, B. Without proper orientation, it will not form AB. A, B. Is not a proper orientation. A plus B, positive and negative, it will give AB. This is called proper orientation. So collision, equal amount of energy, proper orientation leads to the formation of product. So in all the molecules will not get same type of kinetic energy. To find that, Arrhenius scientists Ludwig Boltzmann and James Clerk Maxwell using statistics to find the behavior of large number of molecules by plotting the fraction of molecule as y-axis and the kinetic energy as x-axis. In this, they found a number of molecule of energy by fraction of molecule. This is called fraction of molecule by number of molecule of energy by total number of molecule. This fraction gives the fraction of molecule. Okay, this gives the fraction of molecule. While keeping some molecules gain more energy, they easily form product. Some molecules gain less energy, they will not form product, they will form inelastic collision, they will produce elastic collision. Inelastic collision means permanent effect, and elastic means it will bounce back again, so it will not form product. So in this state, here and all no product formed. In this state, maximum number of molecule is converted into product, fraction of molecule. See, if you are increasing the this is the distribution of kinetic energy. Distribution of kinetic energy. If the kinetic energy is maximum, then the formation of product will be more. That is, if I increase the kinetic energy, if I increases the kinetic energy, the barrier, effective barrier will be reduced. T plus 10 degree temperature and T. This is T2, T1. T2 greater than T1. This already I explained in the previous class. This is called threshold energy barrier. Threshold energy, threshold by energy of activation. That is nothing but activation energy, formation of complex. If the temperature is more, means the easily crosses the barrier. Kinetic energy versus fraction of molecule. Fraction of molecule. If the temperature is more, means the height of the barrier hurdle, like in a hurdle game, if the height is more, means the person is trying to jump highest place and move. So the formation of product needs some time. So if the temperature increases, means the height of the intermediate complex will be decreased. The hurdle, if the height of the hurdle decreases, the particle easily jumps. Like that, if you increase the temperature, if increases kinetic energy also increases, more number of molecules undergo collision and it will form product. So this is T plus 10, this is T. So this will tells about if we increase the temperature, the formation of product is high by forming alternate way to reduce the height of the activation energy. So thank you for this giving opportunity. Next class we will continue. Thank you.